Hello, hello. Welcome to the Periscope. Right, I'm going to take you right to my whiteboard. I want to welcome you out today. We're going to talk about a really important topic in my business, in your business. This is JackLater. We'll want to welcome you out today. And those of you who know me know that I'm a top 10 income earner, top 10 leaderboard earner, and in 3 different internet marketing companies, 3 different internet marketing systems. And I'm going to talk about persistence and the importance of course correction in the process of doing your business is so vitally important. And we need to talk about this today. It's something that either you want to talk a lot about or you just want to ignore, one or the other, depending on whether you're really a business mindset or not. So I'm going to wait just for about a half a minute or so for the rest of the people to get on. I actually have a meeting that I've got to go to, and my wife is going to be picking me up really, really soon here. So I've got to make this a quick Periscope. Just a second. So, want to welcome everybody out today. Going to talk about persistence and course correction. I believe that it's important not to just be totally persistent, and I'm a huge believer in that, but also course correction along the way. And I'm going to say something here that's probably, it might upset some people, or depending on how you look at a home business or business in general. I'm going to say this. And first of all, before I say this, I want to welcome our replay viewers who are watching this later on, and hope you get a ton of value from this. This really is, it's such an important thing. And if you've led a team in a network marketing company, or you've led a company in a brick and mortar business, real estate, or whatever it happens to be, you know that if you're able to hire somebody or bring somebody on your team who is extremely persistent, it's going to cover a multitude of sins. And it's even going to be more valuable. That person is even going to be more valuable to you if that person can learn how to correct course along the way as he's being extremely persistent. And so anyway, want to welcome all of our viewers right now. I've got to make this really quick, but what I want to say is this, and in fact, what I'm going to say is going to ruffle a few feathers, but what I'm going to say is, number one, if you're able to be very persistent, then chances are you're going to be very successful in a business, okay? On the other hand, if you have a real habit of making excuses, if you have a habit of putting things off a lot, you're going to have a real tough time. You're just going to have a rough time, and chances are you're not going to be successful. You know, in business, it's not a lottery. You have to plan on being successful. You have to make the right kind of course corrections. You have to make the right kind of plans to be successful. It's not the lottery. It's not Vegas. And the biggest thing that saddens me is that I see a lot of people come into the home business industry who want to, get free financially. They want to make $4,000 or $5,000 or $6,000 a month, but then, so many of them quit when the first big trial comes along. What I'll tell you, your learning comes in the low times. We don't learn as much when we're from our successes. Tell me how you feel about this. You're not learning as much from your successes as you are from your failures. Okay, when you hit the bottom, when you mess up, when your marketing doesn't go right, or maybe you've done a solo ad and it didn't work out right for you, that's when you're learning. If you're vigilant enough to learn from that and learn from your mistakes. Now, obviously, there's 2 ways of learning. You can learn from your mistakes or mentors, which way you want to go. Now, I'm hoping right now that you can learn from a mentor right now in this Periscope, and you can take me seriously on this. Now, if I'm going to save you, I'm going to save you a lot of time and money. If you are the type of person who is who is very persistent and is willing to do course correction, you probably should be in business, okay? On the other hand, if you're not persistent, if you give up too easily and hightail out when the first challenge comes along, well, you shouldn't be in business at all. And you'll waste a lot of money. You'll waste a lot of money trying things and joining one company after another, going to the next shiny object after another, trying to find some easy way of doing everything. It's not going to work for you. It just is not going to work for you if you're not willing to be persistent. And in fact, I'm probably going to have a few people jump off this, this Periscope who really doesn't like being persistent, and that's okay. But those of you who are willing to be persistent as heck and are willing to have course correction, you're going to go a long ways. Because, like I said, it doesn't matter what what your past is. If you can be consistent and persistent and correct course, you're going to do great. Now, let me just mention a couple of things about excuse-itis. Okay, you've got to somehow avoid the excuses. Okay, also, you need to get in the habit of not blaming, complaining, and justifying. Blame, complain, and justify is a sure way to cut your throat in business, whatever it is. I don't care whether it's internet marketing, network marketing, real estate sales, owning a restaurant. If you're blaming, complaining, and justifying and putting stuff off, you may as well go work somebody, because you'll make more money, probably at minimum wage even, than you would at business if you're not persistent. And here's just a thought to go with, okay? And I hope this is valuable to you. If you get just one idea from what I say in the next few minutes, I hope that you'll share this to your friends, to your network, and you swipe down, swipe sideways to share, and follow me. And leave me a few hearts by tapping the screen 2 or 3 or 4 times when you get some value. On the other hand, if you don't get value from any of this, then don't leave hearts. But I think that you're going to get some value. Let me show you something right now. I don't know if you can see the board real clearly or not. I've got a little bit of glare here. What I want you to do is this, okay? Change your mindset from I can't, okay, to how can I, okay? Now, one of the challenges that most new people face in internet marketing, that is technical challenges. Now, there's always going to be quite a learning curve when you're first learning how to market online. But what I'm going to say is this. So often I'll hear, okay, Jack, I'm not a techie. Or let me just read a few of them that are on my computer screen here. I'm not a techie. I'm not a fill in the blank, whatever that is. Or I'm not a natural born blank. Or I can't do this. Or I can't do internet. Or I can't, upload something to YouTube. Or I can't do a Periscope. So what I want you to think about is this. I'm not a blank. Okay, what is that? I'm not a techie. I'm not a natural born computer person. Do you know what? I'm at the top 10 of 3 different internet marketing systems, but yet, when I was in college, I failed my first computer class. I had to drop the thing because it was going to hurt my grade. I was at like a D or an F. I failed my computer class, but yet I'm an internet marketer, and I've learned some of the technical stuff necessary. I learned how to figure things out. And I just claim to be an average, intelligent person, just a person of average intelligence. But yet, because of my persistence, I was able to get high grades in college. But it wasn't always that way. My first year of college, I almost flunked out because I wasn't persisting and I wasn't paying the price. But after the first year, I got my act together, and I ended up graduating with a pretty high GPA. The last 3 years of my college, I averaged something like a 3.5 GPA or higher, few semesters I had a 4.0. And I'll tell you, I'm not a smart person. I'm just not a smart person. I just have average intelligence, but I have extraordinary persistence and consistency. I don't quit. I might see 100 people quit with my kind of intelligence, just average intelligence, before I'll ever quit, okay? Now, so persistence and course correction. Now, there's times that you might have to quit something. For example, if you're in a network marketing company or some other business, let's say a network marketing company that changes their darn comp plan so many times that most people are just not able to, most hardworking people are not able to make money like they used to in that comp plan, well, then it's time that you probably should look to another company. But that's really the exception. Or maybe a company that is fraudulent, or let's say the owners have billed and there's some kind of illegal stuff going on. Well, that's a different issue. But in most cases, and I got to tell you, that with the people that I've seen in internet marketing and network marketing, I'm 95% of the people that are quitting, seriously, are quitting for the wrong darn reason. They're quitting because, oh, I can't handle the technical stuff, or I can't sponsor. Again, they're not saying, how can I, in their mind all the time. They're not solving the problem. They're so caught up into I can'ts that they've convinced themselves that they'll never be successful in whatever company or whatever affiliate marketing they happen to be doing. The reality is that if there are a ton of people in your company that are making a lot of money, well, there's something about that. And if somebody else with your same intelligence is making 5 times more than you, it's not the time to quit. It's the time to say, how can I? Okay, how can I? I honestly believe that I'm persistent enough that I can learn virtually anything if you give me enough time, if I really want to do it. I mean, this sounds funny, but think about it. I really believe that if I wanted to, and I don't have a desire to be a brain surgeon or a heart surgeon, but if I really wanted to be a heart surgeon, even with my average intelligence, I believe that I could become a heart surgeon if you give me enough time to crank it out and really learn it. I believe that I could do that because I simply have an incredible amount of persistence, and I'm willing to course correct along the way. Now think about this. Heart surgeons. Some people will say, well, I'm not a natural born whatever. How would you like to have surgery from a, quote, natural born heart surgeon who never went to college and never paid the price to really learn his craft? His course correction comes mostly from working on cadavers that are already dead, okay? But he's gone through course correction. And then after cadavers, they'll graduate on to lower animals like dogs. I remember listening to a heart surgeon by the name of Russell M. Nelson, and he was a pioneer in heart surgery in the state of Utah, performed the first heart surgery in Utah. And he did many course corrections along the way, working on dogs. And, cadavers first and then dogs. You don't dare do surgery right away on a live person, so you graduate up. But he was persistent as heck. Now, my wife is probably going to pick me up any second now, and I'm going to have to leave it at this. But I got to tell you a story that I think is absolutely applicable to your business, in network marketing, internet marketing, whatever it is. And if my wife calls me, I'm probably going to lose this call. So make sure, when I leave with this story here, make sure to go to workwithjacklater.com and get more tips like this. Also, you're going to be able to download my 8-step checklist and video walkthrough to 30 to 50 leads per day. It's going to help you out. It's the one thing the techniques that I teach on the 8-step checklist is what propelled me to the top 10 of 3 different systems. I'm going to leave you with this. My wife is probably going to call. In fact, I'm running a little late. Leave you with this. Dr. Nilsson said that while he was pioneering in heart surgery, he actually had a young boy who died on the operating table during a complicated heart surgery. And after that, the family had a daughter who had a similar problem. And even though he operated on that person and the girl died, this family wanted him to do a second surgery. And guess what happened? The girl died too. So 2 girls died in the same family. And as a result of that, Dr. Nelson was very distraught. He almost quit. And he was in tears all night long. He was crying all night long. And he swore he was never going to do another heart surgery again. This is in the pioneering days, probably in the 1950s. And his wife told him in the morning, he cried all night long. And in the morning, his wife said, "You go back to the lab. And you go back and you figure out what happened, what went wrong, and what you learned. Because right now, you know more than what any other surgeon has learned, and you can correct it at this point. And you can avoid this happening again with other doctors and surgeons that might be doing similar operations." And because of the help of his wife and his own persistence and course correction, he went back to the lab, solved the problem, and was able to be a pioneer in some surgical techniques that ended up saving many other people's lives after that. And he continued as a heart surgeon until the day that he retired when he was much older. So anyway, I hope that is valuable to you and helpful to you and provides some incredible encouragement for you in your own business. So anyway, hope you got some value from that. Go to workwithjacklater.com, download my 8-step checklist. Make it a great day. Bye.